Shalom, shalom. Lord willing, y'all can hear me. Actually, make it better. Let me actually see if the sound is good. I hate when they do that. I'm trying to see if I got sound. Shalom, family. I'm trying to see if I got sound. Okay, I can hear. Yep, I can hear. So again, shalom, shalom, Israel. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Okay, before we get started, I would like to give all praises to the one true power, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elder prophets, the elder bishops who rule well through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord, and the Most High continue to put it in their hearts to endure and be sincere. So like I gotta drop that a little more. The mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that is scattered four corners of the earth, teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing that they can continue to endure and uh, and be sincere in the same spirit. Shalom to the Akwathion that are believers of His word. Lord willing, you can continue in your lot, pursuing to be a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith, right? So, again, it's a beautiful day, a beautiful day. You know, to prophesy the downfall of Babylon, aka also known as America, Mystery Babylon. Definitely a beautiful day to prophesy the coming of our Lord and Savior, Mashiach Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, and to prophesy the rise up, the elect, the rise up of the nation of Israel, back into their rightful place as ruling this earth, right? But of course, you know what today is July 4th, and 1776, we were still slaves, you know, and this day has nothing to do with us. Side note, me saying that is just me just giving out the information. Jake, the Black Latinos and Natives is not celebrating it, to be honest. Like, not all of them. Some of them is having that American thought, putting a flag on. Most Jake is just thinking that it's just a dinner, you know. But you still promoting July 4th, regardless if you're not uh, uh, thinking about what it was about, the deaths of the people that was lost. If you ain't thinking about your place in society when 1776 about July 4th, then you're lost in the sauce. You're just a nigga with fireworks, you know. But at the end of the day, it's just a mockery. You know, we're so dedicated to holidays and being in this system, but we're not dedicated to understanding why this happened and why we here. You know, so brothers is about to just bring out some scriptures to start with. My main thought was Matthew 22 to start it off, because the men of the Lord, our main focus to go to the highways and byways. We add on doing sit downs, sit down lessons, because the children of the Lord need to be edified each and every day, even if they're not looking for the word. You got to use the unicorn as much as you can. You have to wear out the Most High as much as you can. So this is Hosea, the 12th chapter, verse 9 and 10. It says, "And I am the Lord Yahweh thy power from the land of Egypt, will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles, as in the days of the Solomon feast. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and similitudes, and used similitudes, which is parables, by the ministry of the prophets." right? Amos 3 and 7. The Lord would do nothing but he revealed his secrets to the prophets, and he sent them out, in Jerusalem, Judea, but really four corners of the earth. Right now, the biggest one is sending the men of the Lord in the uttermost part of the earth. So the prophets have to be here now, because the end of the earth is in the western hemisphere. It's America. So they had to be prophesying, they had to be teaching, just like Nineveh, just like Assyria, just like Babylon, just like the Persian Medes, just like the Greeks, and just like the Romans, right? In Rome, we were prophesying, right? So let's go. I'm gonna be flipping from my phone and the physical, because it's just me. So I gotta hit as many points as I possibly can and try to. We might just hit various topics, because outside of Jake not understanding the 4th of July, you can't find that in the Bible, right? And I'm going to get to that. Everybody want to know, why do we always go to the Bible? It's because this is the oracles of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's nothing that can show us how to love, our loved ones, our wives, or, a woman loving her husband, or how to lead your children or your household. Only the scriptures can tell us. How a man's supposed to provide. This right here is political, right? Not political in this society, but political when it comes to the apostles and the prophets, the head of the church. They're the government. We're supposed to put order, right? So this is Luke chapter 1, verse 70. It says, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Now, since this world is ending right now, starting with Esau, 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, the men of the Lord are teaching, right? Because when you go to, let me get a side precept if I may. It's in Obadiah 1 and 21. Somebody has to fit this bill right here. Not even this bill, somebody has to fit this position. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 21. It says, in saviors, let me start at 20. It says, and the captive of his host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath. In the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord Yahweh. Right? So his saviors are on the valley of shadow of death, prophesying the downfall of the rulers that be. This is the valley of the shadow of death, right? Because we see our people lying in the street. We see our people dead without knowledge, because without the wisdom or the knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai, you are not even regarded a human. You're just a dead vessel walking, just passing time by, right? So the men of the Lord have a job to do, right? So now let's really get to what I wanted to get. Let's go to Matthew 22, verse 8 to 10. Matthew 22, verse 8 to 10, right? This is just something basic. So right before we go anywhere else, we built a foundation. It's all about the men of the Lord going out. Before I came, I had to read. I had a sleepy spirit on me while I'm trying to read, and I hate it, But maybe I didn't get enough sleep because of working and staying up all late all the damn time. But nothing is about to stop me, man. If the Lord don't allow me to do it, then that was just him. But I'm not letting a female, a guy, or a child stop me from thinking or calling the name of the Lord. You got the men of the Lord, who I believe, especially in Great Millstone and affiliates that I see, and of course it is the sincere elect out there that's out teaching on this day. They don't give a damn about this day, and they prophesying the downfall in this place. You got Israelites in unity in front of the White House, which I believe is off now. Before I was with them, but I believe it's off because each congregation, they have some understanding together, but most of the understanding when it goes into the prophecies, parables, they don't agree. So when they say in unity camp, unity means oneness, and that just makes it more confusing, So before we go anywhere, let's just deal with the men of the Lord on the highways and byways, right? So Matthew 22, verse 8 to 10. It says, Then saith he to his servants, which is the prophets, the apostles, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. Right? We're not doing the Asher and grabbing them by the wrist. We're teaching His word, right? Because if we teaching His word, we have to believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. We got to believe that the Lord is going to send His sheep. St. John chapter 10, and I want to go straight to the point, verse 27. Let's start at 26. It says, But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. You could just be teaching the word and see so many black Latinos and natives. It don't matter if you in the hood, downtown, or where I'm at. I see mad people over here near the water. Me just being right in their face and they enjoying a little pork sandwich. What I'm teaching, people are not ready to hear it. All I'm going to just see is just people that don't want to hear it. But I still got to teach, regardless if they hear or forbear. But at the end of the day, just so it could be edification, nobody is taking me away from the delivery. They getting mad over one verse, and then we going everywhere else instead of trying to go to the true knowledge. Because most people want to just complain, and they don't want to shut up and learn. So with the ones that don't believe, they're not going to receive this. They're going to walk past you. They might whisper, like the one lady is one Edomite, from what I believe, whisper like, "Oh man, you see that? You see what he doing?" Just whispering, But of course they talking about me. Of course people looking, instead of laughing or saying that I'm wearing a dress. But how is it a dress if it's open? This is what we come out to be mocked. Seeing my brother Shamuwala on live, you got a lady that's a little saucy. She already on her July 4th drink, and she's saying, "Hey, I'll move away from the Bible." At the end of the day, a lot of our people is lost and they think that they doing right. Having their kids come out on a damn American flag, but you ain't even teaching your kids nothing, right? That shows you're not a sheep. It says, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." Right there, be looking for the men of the Lord. They be looking for the word. Yo, teach me this. I made a post on Facebook, but I could post a picture, and that joint go viral. I do a video of me dancing and go viral. But I'm just saying, just asking a question. What is 4th of July about? Family members don't want to say nothing. Hey, yo, we ain't doing 4th of July. We doing fireworks, but we cooking. Yo, you should come and slide. Okay. Then you see one of your family members wearing an American flag shirt. You niggas don't know what you're getting yourself, what you're entertaining, And if America is falling, how the hell we celebrating 4th of July? They're threatening on dropping bombs over here. And you telling me y'all in the 4th of July spirit? Make it make sense, bro. So now, this is the reason why we come out here to teach, to bid people to the marriage, either if they good or bad. And the Lord is going to sift them out, because everybody is not going to fully cleave to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? And we're not here for the hugs and kisses. We're here, some things are going to be harsh. Some things are going to be fully direct, because the Lord is an all-stern man. And if we're just like Yahushai, we're going to be all-stern in here too. It's going to be a little rough and a little harsh. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, which we bring out fluently. But if the men of the Lord is out here, what is they teaching? We're teaching everything in the Bible, not just one spot. We teaching everything, and we have to rightly divide the word of truth. If I don't know something, guess what? If I'm teaching, I'm not going to bring it out, because I'm on other man's labor. I'm on another man's foundation. The elder apostles and bishops who the Lord used to pave the way. I don't care if you can remember 50 precepts. If you wasn't here for 20, 30 plus years, the Lord didn't use you to build on this foundation. He started with elders, right? And I'm going to get a verse on that too. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and evil and of pestilence, right? So we're supposed to prophesy of these things. I'm going to go back to that, because now I can't get that precept out my head about elders, right? So let me get that, and we can go back to the Jeremiah, because this helps us. I didn't have this breakdown on my own. I can't stand here and be cocky. I can't stand here and be proud. I got this on my own. I got this breakdown. No, the hell I didn't. right? So this is Job. Is it even hits in the NLT, but let's, we're gonna stay on the KJV. This Job chapter 12 and verse 12. But the point is at verse 20. It says, with the ancient is wisdom, in the length of days understanding. Right? You can take that in two ways. The ancient is what we seen in the Old Testament. The ancient time, because you got to see Yahweh Shai and the apostles was going in the ancient scriptures, the Old Testament, the Torah, the Apocrypha, and the prophets, right? But when we look now, ancient would be like an elder Tahar, who's really in this. I can't say King Masha, he's not in this right now. Salaki family. Shalom family. I'm gonna get back with y'all. So again, the ancients would be the ones that the Lord is using to pave the way in this ministry, right? So then it says, in the length of days, understanding, right? Those are elders, right? When you go down to verse 20, he says he removed what? I reneged on what I said because like I said, I want it to be edifying, and I want to make sure we leave to understand. Uh, this is Job in the NLT, chapter 12. We're going to read verse 12 first. Let me start at 11. It says, the ear tests the words it hears, just as the mouth distinguish between foods. Wisdom belongs to the aged, and understanding to the old, right? This is why we always speak on the elders, right? Because the Lord is fixing the time of Rehoboam when he was trying to get the counsel, from the elders of the young men. And now the elders that I'm under is always book, chapter, verse. They're not always trying to drown you and stuff the law down your damn throat. They're trying to give you prophecies, dark sayings, and parables, right? It says, but true wisdom and power are found in the Most High. Counsel and understanding are His, right? So counsel and understanding is His. So we have to understand a man must move in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh and not of himself. Is this what I want? Yeah, but I think that's basically it. Isn't that the one I wanted? Yeah, I think that's what I wanted, right? And you got other verses where the Lord removes the wisdom from elders. This is why we got to be careful who we learning under, who's guiding us in the scriptures. But it's all really the Lord. What is it? Psalms 48 verse 14. The Lord will guide you, to the end. This is why we got to be thankful for Yahweh Shem Al Shah, right? It's a lucky family. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to that Jeremiah 28 verse 8. This is Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8 again. I'll start at 7. It says, nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thy ear, in the ears of all the people. Right? When the men of the Lord is teaching, every day you should make it your duty to hear what they saying. I don't care if you're making a sandwich. I don't care. Hey, if you ain't doing nothing, you just sitting on the couch, you sitting on your bed, you should be hearing the men of the Lord. Your TV, the movie you watching is no better than what the men of the Lord is bringing, especially if you're a woman and you have a husband. If you believe in the Lord, you should be hearing what the men of the Lord is bringing forth. Prepare your mind and your spirit for death to come, disaster. Have you ever felt lost? Have you ever seen your kid getting killed in front of you, or your mom or a family member? You don't know what death looked like, but you see it on a movie. You got to implant it in your mind. Imagine all this stuff being destroyed. We got to hear the words of the men of the Lord, regardless if it's harsh. You know, because these words is honeycomb, but we understand the suffering is bitter, right? It's bitter in the belly. It's bitter in the loins. Verse 8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war, of evil, and of pestilence, right? This place is a kingdom, man. You know, we're speaking against governors, people in high places, right? We even speaking about niggas in low places. We speaking about anything ungodly, man. Because we're defending the gospel by speaking on Hamashiach Yahushua. We have to speak on the true vine. We have to speak on the true roots. The true roots is Yahushua, but the roots is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Who's the chosen seed to fall that falls under them? Really, it's the elect on this side. You know, the rest were blinded. Everybody is not going to get this. Everybody's not going to cleave. Everybody don't care about pestilence. Nobody cares about war. Right now, COVID, niggas can talk about it, but they don't care no more. Mothers and fathers that got the shot, yeah, I had that. They're not caring that they called it back. They said, man, it's causing blood clot. Man, we calling all the COVID, all the vaccine shots. Nobody cares. We keep speaking, you don't give a damn. Because guess what? It wasn't for you to get it. Right? Verse 9, it says, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord Yahweh have truly sent him. Right? So if this man is speaking of peace and it actually come to pass, that was the Lord sent that man. If the man is prophesying of war and death, the Lord sent that man if it come to pass. Ezekiel 33 verse 33. And it will come to pass. But if you prophesy and it don't come to pass, you're going to be destroyed. Right? Which is the same chapter, Jeremiah 28 verse 15 to 17. And I'll just read verse 16. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth. This year thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against the Lord Yahweh. So Hananiah the prophet died the same year in the 7th month. He died. Right now, let me go to Psalms, I believe, 119, right? Because the men of the Lord is learning from the ancient. We already seen the ancient is the elders, This is Psalms 119, verse 99 and 100, right? It says, I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the ancients, because I keep thy precepts. We understand it, just like how Elder Tahar said. He said he fully understand the prophecy of Daniel, because we're in this time. They fully couldn't grasp. They was calling missiles arrows. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because he's actually telling the truth. And for that, because Elder Tahar makes it smooth, he breaks it down. And then if he mess up, he goes back and fix it. He goes back and fix it, and he corrects anybody in his own congregation and affiliates. It's not just all you other congregations, because he's an elder. That's his lot, and he's going to be held accountable if he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. And so now through these precepts that they line up, that the Most High have given them through the Rakak Wadash, we're able to break down Revelation chapter 20. We're able to break down 2nd Ezra chapter 7. We're able to break down 2nd Ezra chapter 11, going into to Rome, right? The 12 Caesars, going into their whole empire and who was ruling. Some people might break it off wrong and say that's America or that's the Benzing Empire. This is why we have to choose these prophets correctly, but it's not really us. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is the one that's going to guide us to these teachers, right? Psalm chapter 48, verse 14. For this, God is our power forever and ever. He will be our guide even unto death. right? And that brings you to the book of Acts, the 8th chapter, verse 26. You know, you want to be guided in the scriptures so that you can carry the correct message. Like Haggai said, I believe, no, Habakkuk said in chapter 2, you know, the vision was explained to him through the Lord. And then he said, give it to the porters. The porters is like, a porter is a prophet, you know. A porter is somebody that's going to deliver the message. And the one thing that these porters had, they had the correct message. So we're supposed to prophesy the correct message, which is the downfall of this kingdom. And it's not going to be ruling. It's not going to be standing forever. You know, just like me. Eventually, I'm going to end this life and I'm going to sit down. I'm not going to be standing forever. This kingdom is not going to stand forever. Now, I told you that this camp is going to go into various topics, but I'm going to try my best to line them all up, right? If this kingdom is going to fall, that means the Lord is going to set somebody else up, right? In order for this kingdom to fall, that means that Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash is removing somebody, right? We got to go to the book of Daniel. The book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 21. Let's start at 19, right? It says, then was the secret revealed unto Daniel. That goes back to Amos 3 and 7. That goes to Psalms 25, verse 14. The secret is revealed to those that fear the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. In a night vision, then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of the Most High forever and ever. What is the Most High name? Yahweh. And his son name is Yahweh Shai. Right? For wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and set up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. Right? So the Lord removed kings and set up kings. We must have fear in the Lord, because the Lord can remove you. He can blow out your damn candlestick, you know, and then tell you that depart from me. Man, actually, let's get that. Let's go to Matthew 7 and 23. Right? It says, let's start at 21. Let's start at 20. Let's start at 19. It says, every tree that bringeth not forth fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. How do we bring forth fruit? Teaching his word, prophesying against the place, teaching harsh and rough, you know, teaching his word in the elements. Like what the one elder said. He said, man, we teach in the elements. You know, it doesn't matter if it's winter. It doesn't matter if it's summer. It don't matter if it's raining. Teaching the elements, right? The sheep is going to know who you is, right? Again, is hewn down, cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them, right? By the fruits, through the Spirit, you gonna know what type of man, what type of teacher, what type of leader you dealing with. You know, it's a lot of lazy folks. It's a lot of people that's yes men. You know, I'm not no yes man. You know, anything that I learn, I go back to go search the scriptures to make sure it's correct. Let alone I go with my brothers to make sure we're all teaching the same thing. Because I don't want to be saying one thing and the brother saying this and saying that, because I'm a reflection of them. You know, you're held accountable if you teaching a lie. You know, and if you don't want to be corrected, this is not for you, man. You know, you don't want to just be in here in your own vain glory saying, "Oh, I'm right." No, you want Yahweh to be right and every man a liar. You want people to know that Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is the one that allowed you to bring forth this teaching, man. You know, verse 21, it says, not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Right? So everybody that say Lord, Lord is not entering to the kingdom of heaven. Right? This is why you have to make your calling and election sure. You have to be sure that you're about this truth. You have to be sure this is what you want to do. Right? Because coming out here teaching, we really do look like fools, bro. We look like some freaking fools, right? I'm gonna go back in there because I gotta read to verse 23. But I just want to show that this is foolish. But the Lord made this so that we can get the true believers. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20. First Corinthians chapter 1. I want to make sure I'm getting the right verse though. I think it's 21. Yeah, this is First Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21. It says, "For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not God." Right? So we had worldly wisdom, and we still didn't know Yahweh Shem Shai. It says, "And it pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe." So yes, we doing something foolish, man. You know? So like you, family. Hold on. So like you, family. You gotta just make sure. Okay. Can't have it, no distractions. So again, First Corinthians chapter 1, verse 21 again. And it reads, it says, "For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew him not, and it pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe." Well, remember again when we went into St. John chapter 10, right? This is not for the ones that don't believe. You know, us preaching looking like fools is for the ones that do believe. You see that? So we gotta make ourselves look like fools. You don't make yourself look like fools when you're walking out the house with ashes on your face. No, you make yourself looking like a fool, standing 10 toes down, strong and bold in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, because nobody can take you away from this ministry. You know, nobody, unless it's Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, that's the only way you get removed out of this thing. You know, what is coming out your mouth? What's the word of mouth? And it should be, "Thus saith the Lord." It should be Yahweh Bashem Shai, right? But we're intimidated. A lot of us don't want to look like fools, you know. But like I said, America is getting threatened, and nobody's talking about it. You know, you got Russia talking about bombing this place. You got Sexy Reds, Nicki Minaj. You got a whole bunch of slut buckets, damn near thinking that they doing something, but they not. They have no type of value, right? You got men out here that's saying that they teaching the word of the Lord, but still calling his son Jesus, but then say, hey, his name is Yahweh Shai. Man, just teaching the name of Yahweh Shai so that the real sheep can ask you, hey, what name is that? Is you of another God? Because this is supposed to be edifying, building them up in the knowledge. You stay in Jesus, you're trying to have respect of persons. You're trying to be gentle just because they don't know. The Lord don't give a damn about that. How can you say you have all this knowledge? A lot of us boast on what we have, but we're not trying to edify. Edify means to build. Let's see if we can go in the blue letter and get that word. Let's get the word edify. Romans 14 and 19. "Let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace, things wherewith one may edify another." Right? So let's go to this word for edify. May edify.
Strong's G 3619. Oikadame. Oikadame.
Ikadane. Ikadane. Right? Edify means building, building up. Edifying, edification, the act of one who promotes another's growth in Christian wisdom, happiness, holiness, building, the thing built, right? So this is what we're doing. We're building up. We're building you up in the name of the Lord. We're building you up in the prophecies. We're building you up in the parables. We're building you up in the dark sayings. We're building you up in the milk. We're building you up in the faith, right? Because a lot of us feel we're justified by the law, but it's really by faith. You know, faith brings you out here to teach this word. Faith make you believe in a man that you don't see, right? Because the things that you do see is temporal. The things that you don't see are eternal. What's eternity? Permanent, right? And let's get that too while I'm at it. What is it? 2 Corinthians 4, verse 18, straight to the point. It says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Right? So the things that you don't see is permanent. The things that you do see will be temporal. When I always go to Second Peter chapter 3, verse 10, it says all the elements will melt. I have to put this on my mind. I have to tell my kids, tell my wives, like, hey, all this stuff is gonna be destroyed. You gotta work on not being attached, you know. Let alone we have to have a notion on if we lose somebody, if somebody die in this thing, the flesh goes back, it goes into the dirt, and the spirit goes back to Yahweh Shema Shai. Only Yahweh Shema Shai can raise you again. You know, we have to work on our emotions and feelings because it will have us fold. Going into prophecies again, going into the MOTB, you know. You're gonna be caught up and you might end up taking the MOTB, you know. But with faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, the whole point is to overcome this place, you know. And the best way for all of us to have that courage is by seeing the men of the Lord always going out day in and day out. Let alone that lets you know the Lord dealing with you. Because it was prophesied, Yahweh Shai told his disciples in Matthew 22, go to the highways and byways. He told them to go to Samaria, Judea, and Jerusalem, and then told them to go to the uttermost part. They never came here just yet. So when that reincarnation came, look, prophecies had to be fulfilled in Deuteronomy, and look where we are now. We're in the uttermost part of the earth. America is the most wickedest place, symbolic to a lot of captivity, especially Sodom and Gomorrah and Egypt and ancient Babylon, right? This place needs to be destroyed, right? They're too happy in the L123 Sesame Street system, you know? And then you have Jake in this unity. You have Jake believing that, hey, he teach different, I teach different, let's come together. That's putting confusion in our nation. That's why they think all Hebrew Israelites teach the same thing. Not here over here. Like Kendrick Lamar, he said it best. They not like us, you know. Shalom, Sham Yawala is in the building. My brother, he just went live. Definitely go subscribe to his page too, so you can be edified. I'm not the only one in my camp that's teaching, right? So again, like we brought out, the things that we do see are temporary, you know, but the things that we're waiting for are eternal. They're permanent, you know. So again, back to Matthew chapter 7, verse 22, it says, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Right? So if you've been doing all of this, how you know you did iniquity? Because he was watching you. He was seeing what was in your heart, you know? And a lot of us still have sin. A lot of us have wickedness, have lies in our hearts. The Lord is searching that, you know? What's your heart like? What's your spirit like? You know, your heart should be circumcised, you know? Circumcised in the Lord, you know? Circumcised in change, you know? We should always be aware to what's to come. Just like what I just read today, it just hit me even more. Me and the brothers was talking about this when the devil took Yahweh on the high mountain. He seen all the kingdoms, you know. Where is it? I was in Luke. I think I'm in Luke. Which chapter am I in? Yeah, Luke chapter 4. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I'm pretty sure Nazareth. Salaki family. Dang, where is it at? Is this it? Dang. Okay, I think this is it right here. Okay, here we go. Salaki family, it took me a second, but please bear with me. This is Luke chapter 4. in verse 3. It says, the devil said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, command this stone that it be made bread. How shall I answer him, saying, it is written, that man should not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Most High. And the devil taking him up into an high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. Right? In a moment of time, Yahweh Shai at that moment, especially physically, but really spiritually, he's seen all the kingdoms. This last kingdom we in right now, he's seen all kingdoms, you know? And he just tell him, man, just bow down and worship me, man. Yahweh Shai knew what mission he was on. Even more, we're here right now, and Ezra's seeing the elect getting crowned, you know? This is not the time to be, it was never a time to be in the 4th of July spirit. It was never in the time to be a hoochie mama. This is not the time anymore, right? Where is it at? Dang. Maybe it's, let me see. Better is the end of the thing. I gotta get it. If somebody got it, better is the end of a thing. If you can get it before me, man. It's a lucky family. If you can get it before me, man, bring it up. See, now my phone wanna act funny. Come on, baby. Okay, let's see. Did somebody drop it before me? Nope, not yet. This is Ecclesiastes verse 7. It says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Right? We're in the battle. The rulers that be is proud in spirit. But the elect have to be patient in spirit. Right? Which means be diligent in doing a diligent search. Be diligent at actually being an example. Be diligent in laying yourself down like a living sacrifice. Be diligent in defending the gospel, defending Yahweh, defending the truth, right? So better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, right? So let's see what's a form of the end. What's the form of the end? Second Ezra 6 and 9, where it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? So this is an ending, that we're searching for. This is an ending that we're looking for. And not just saying, talking about me, he's talking about the true elect. They're waiting for the end of Esau's world. And that's why we're observing and watching them, right? Because Esau's world is not even, it's close. But he didn't fall yet. He's still making rules, still telling you what you can and what you can't do. Still reporting that your YouTube page because you're talking about the LGB or the small hats, we're still in a dumbass tax bracket, you can't speak about the LGB community, but they all want to say we Christians. Come on, man, Esau's world is not ended yet, but it's coming to an end. It's getting very close, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's why we need to act more accordingly. Right? Let me just get this side precept for that. Isaiah 34:5. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Right? You have Esau. Esau has a mark on him. Esau has a mark on him. And nobody, me, your mama, your dad, nobody can stop this, man. Nobody can stop this. We already read Daniel chapter 2, verse 21. The Lord set up kings and removed kings. And his kingdom is going to be taken just like every other kingdom on the earth. You gotta understand that. When Babylon ruled, their kingdom was taken. Then the Persian Medes, their kingdom was taken. And then the Greeks, then their kingdom was taken. And then the Romans. And then eventually they fell, and then their kingdom was overtaken. And they went down in the cave for thousands of years. And that's just talking about them. They got broken down. Then the Dark Ages, where the black race was ruling, starting with the Israelites. We was ruling, but we still went off away from the Lord. But it was predestined because it was prophesied that after 1,000 years, Esau was going to rise again, but it was going to be his rebirth. which is the Renaissance. You know, this scriptures is all history. It's supposed to make you cringe. You know, make you cringe. Again, let me get another one just off of that for Esau, just to encourage us. Let's go to Lamentation, the 4th chapter, verse 21. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. It says, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. Right now, Esau is himself. Don't even know it, but he know it. He's getting prepared to be naked. It was just a huge wave of people in the United States talking about getting bunkers. The elite already been doing it, man. You know, the elite already been doing it. You know, you got to know if you trying to take over the world, you got to think. What is they called? I forgot what did the Rothschild do. Damn. I'm gonna just say to us, they look at us as peasants. They gotta always be a step ahead of the peasants. You know, and even you rich niggas like Rick Ross that think that they making a bunker, but they making a bunker in the United States. You are an idiot, but it's really the Lord. You go in that bunker, you're gonna be preserved to die with those nukes hitting this place. Nobody's gonna be able to make it. You know. So Esau, you're gonna be naked. All your wounds, all your battle wounds, you know, all your wicked wounds are going to be shown. Right, verse 22, it says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Right? So the punishment of your iniquity has been fulfilled. Let's read it again. It says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Right? It's accomplished. Right? But guess what? Our course is not finished yet. It's not kumbaya yet, because we still not saved. We still in this place of wonder. We still in this place of servitude. We still paying taxes, right? Giving tribute, right? Yeah, we definitely giving tribute. A lot of y'all getting money taken out your check for the army. Your money for paying cops. That's coming out for prisons, schools. You know, they don't even ask you; it just automatically come out your check. This is a corporation, right? And they want their money and they want it now, right? 22 again, it says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. For you niggas that keep saying that Ishmael is Esau, you would have to prove that, because Ishmael is a whole nother nation. And if Esau is the so-called one that's ruling, and he's at the top, how can he be Ishmael when Ishmael, he has a seat at the table? Esau created his table. Actually, Yahweh created his table, which he was going to be the last ruler of the earth. You know, a lot of us err not knowing the scriptures, and we want to be high, mighty, and speaking on it. Just like the one sister talking about, you Hebrew Israelite, just like the elder from South Carolina, he did a beautiful lesson. The girl gonna say, you Hebrew Israelites, you got one of the worst doctrines ever. You think only you gonna be saved and nobody else. You just get one scripture and saying all tongue and all languages will worship the Lord. First and foremost, depending on what verse she went through, all Israel is gonna come out of all nations, out of all tongues, right? When you go to Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1, those strangers are Israelites, foreigners to the ways, foreigners of the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shai. But because if we come back down and it's Israelites in the on the outskirts of all these other countries, the Lord saved them because he searched their hearts. You know, some of them are going to believe, but you have to know that wilderness is going to come back again and it's going to be rebels, you know. But the true believers is here. It starts in America, man. Babylon must fall, right? And Esau don't want that, right? Esau don't want his beautiful dumb kingdom to fall, right? Do I want that? Right, let me read this. This is Jeremiah 50:4. This goes into Israel shall seek the Lord, right? 4, it says, in those days And in that time, saith the Lord Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, the northern and southern kingdom together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord, their power. They're going to seek Yahweh Shema Shai together. Let alone, if somebody could get it, the two sticks is going to be in captivity together, right? And they're going to be seeking Yahweh Shema Shai, seeking his face through the laws, statutes, and commandments. We're gonna always slip past Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 15 and 18. We gotta listen to Yahweh Shai, worship, exalt Yahweh Shai, obey Yahweh Shai. You know, he's the king under all of this, man. We gotta listen to Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is over the law because he's the physical representation of the law. He's a representation of the prophets and the law. Go to Transfiguration in Matthew the 17th chapter, verse 5. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, Come and let us join ourselves to the Lord Yahweh in a perfect covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep, their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains, right? Which is a kingdom or a government, right? They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place, right? We forgot our homeland. We forgot where we came from because we're 4th of July. We're just so fucking happy, man. Excuse my language for the ones with the sensitive ears, right? We're too happy where we at, right? When you go back to limitations, our neck is under persecution. We have no rest. I can still feel the little sharp little pain in my foot just for standing at work for 12 hours on concrete. Then bending down a certain way, my lower back. But I'm not about to let something stop me. When I get injured, I'm so stubborn, I don't rush to the doctor. Hey, babe, either sew this, we gonna put a Band-Aid, I'm gonna just deal with the pain. That's how stubborn I am. I'm not about to let nothing stop me from serving Yahweh Shem Shai. The true believers is not gonna let a woman stop them from going out to go teach this word. I got a brother that told me his girl said, ever since you've been going in that word, you've been spending less time with me. You put more time in the Lord than you do with me. Like what? You even got brothers that ask their girl during the time where brothers want to go to camp and do a video. Hey, let's go on a date. Nah, let's wait till later. If we don't make it till later, to go tomorrow. No, I want to go today. Women want you to put them over Yahweh Shema Shai. Women want you to have conversation with them when they don't have a conversation that can last like having a conversation with a man. Just being honest. It is really because of this Babylon, man. This Babylon defiled us, man. Right? Let me go to that too. I'm gonna get that. Judges chapter 2. I don't know what this man talking about. This is Judges chapter 2, verse 14. It says, And the anger of the Lord Yahweh was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Right? The Lord put us in the hands of these enemies so we couldn't stand, so we couldn't be strong. Right? Let me get this other precept before I know I'm gonna keep talking. Right? What is it? The three holy children. It's the three holy children, chapter 1. There's only one chapter. And I'm going to start at, it's 9, but I'm going to start at 8. It says, Wherefore, all that thou hast brought upon us, and everything that thou hast done to us, thou hast done in true judgment. Thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of God, and an unjust king, and most wicked in all the world. The Lord has given us to unjust kings, man. The most wickedest people in the world. Esau is the most wickedest nation. Wickedest man and woman on the earth. The Lord gave us to them, right? And this is the judgment. Because of our sins, the Lord is going to judge us 7 times more. Being with Esau is a total judgment, right? Actually, let me get that precept. Being under Esau is a total judgment. Even this Edomite got mad and tore down Esau's sign. Let it be me. Let it be me. What did I just say? Oh yeah, I would judge you 7 times more for your sins. 7 times more. I'm sorry. Is this? No, that's not it. Is this it? Hold on, I'm trying to make sure I get the right verse, family. Okay, here we go. This is Leviticus chapter 26, verse 18. KJV, it says, if ye will not yet for all this hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. Right? Hearken, cleave, hearken, listen. Right? If we're not hearkening to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's going to judge us 7 times more for our sins. Right? Esau being the wicked witch out of all nations, the Lord put us in their hands, bro. Let alone the Lord allowed him to have 3 big ass kingdoms, right? Starting with the Greeks, Rome, and then this America initiating NATO, right? Really, the European foundations. Like I was watching last night, you had the Rothschild father had 5 sons, which is almost kind of too symbolic. Like Elder Tahar said, I kind of get it, where Esau had 5 sons, and they was ruling, they was doing what they was doing, and the Rothschild father, the sons, their father had 5 sons, and he put his 5 sons in different areas to create a bank system, you know, because they was trying to rule the world. I have it all in my notes, the stuff that I'm saying, but you have to know that your enemy is planning to destroy you. They're trying to continue to put you in a hole. They're trying to continue to see how much money they can get. They're trying to see how much they break you for, right? Some elders that I know is losing their retirement plans because Esau trying to make elders work longer. The dude at my job, he was saying something that his unemployment or his 401k is, they did something, and this man got to work, and he older. He's not old because he can do a lot, but America is about to have a huge change. You can't trust in this place anymore. Which that Sirach chapter 12 verse 10. Never trust thy enemy, right? Let me get that actually. What is it again? Yeah, Sirach. It's a lucky family. Somebody about to walk past me. What is it? Sirach. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 12 and 10. It says, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So you have to know that your rulers is going to get more rusty. They're going to get more rusty, right? With their rulerships, with their rules, with their political schemes, right? Look at Joe Lyon. That man, if he's not close to death, then I don't know who is, bro. Hold on, family. Call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. A beautiful scene seeing brothers from the congregation going out teaching His word, rebuking the spirit of 4th of July. And that's just the same motion that I said earlier. The minute of the Lord is going to be, they're not going to be pushed in the corner no more. They're going to go out bold, crying against these dumbass places, man. Actually, let's go to Isaiah 58 and 1. If somebody just wrote on social media, where does it say you got to cry aloud as you can? But where does it say in the verse to cry aloud with a speaker? It don't. So you're supposed to use your mouthpiece to the best of your ability. Isaiah chapter... Oh, he just crashed his... That's what you get. That's what that's gonna happen to Esau. This is Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. It says, cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show thy people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. right? So we supposed to be out here crying aloud and sparing none, being all stern, you know, giving Jake the spiritual hand and fucking going off, man. Excuse my language for the sensitive brothers and sisters that's on here, right? We got to be giving the hand. We have to be letting them know when they going off. We got to let the sisters that they go, yo, you got to cover up because the blood is on our hand. Even if they hear or forbear, because a lot of our brothers and sisters don't even care. And most of them might be behind the camera and they might be too sensitive. You're only sensitive is because you live by the American system. You don't really know how to really be the children of the Lord. You don't know what that look like. What that look like, B? You don't know what that look like because you never tried to do it. You know, right? So we gotta cry aloud. We gotta teach our people the transgressions that they have done. We was eating our children, you know, trying to have a baby and in 9 months throwing the baby to the fire. When you look at Illuminati, what they do in the music industry, or a baby getting killed, sacrificed, that's something of old. You know, let's get, you know, this is why. Actually, let me go to that one. That lines up with Romans, because if I'm talking about sacrificing, we talking about other gods, we talking about voodoo. This is all in history dealing with all these other nations. Romans chapter 15 verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Right? You want to have hope. So with the Lord, he gave us these scriptures so that we can actually believe. You know, he gave us these scriptures so that we can have something to talk about. So he gave us these scriptures so we can have something to hope for, right? Any man that's standing strong and bold in 100% truth of Yahweh Shem Shai, you was called to be part of that root. You know, you're a branch of that root. What's the root? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? You're part of that royal blood, right? And through the Spirit, through your faith, we're gonna know that you're a child of Abraham, man. By your faith, right? By hearing these prophecies, by believing in a faithful word that was written in paper, from stone, papyrus, animal skin, clay. You know, you gotta have faith to believe. You know what? I believe in all of that. I believe the scriptures was written on that. You know, I gotta go to Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, just to back what I just said. Second Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. You want, if the Lord not putting these words that's out in it, that's in this Bible, right, in the prophecies, how can you really say the Lord dealing with you, right? Verse 2, and cause them to be written on paper, for they are faithful and true, right? These words is written on paper and they're true and faithful. Is your faith, can your faith go that far that you truly believe that this is true, right? Dropping down to verse 4, for every unbeliever shall die in his unbelief, right? If you're an unbeliever, you're going to die, right? If you're not a sheep trying to hear the word, if you're not being drawn to the word, St. John chapter 6, verse 44, the Lord is not dealing with you. Sorry, boo-hoo. The Lord not dealing with you. You know, where is the listeners? Where's the hearkeners? Where's the ones that's hearkening? Right? Where's the ones that's like, man, I can't stop reading. Oh, man. But you got some people saying the Lord, Jesus talked to me in a dream. No, he didn't, because he would never talk to you in the name of Jesus. You know, or Yehuda. I never had Yahweh Shai talk to me in the name of Yeshua or Yahweh Shai. I could just see by the Spirit when another man talks about Yahweh Shai name, let alone how he wants to teach you. When he constantly saying, this is the name, this is how you know it's the name. Hey, go into the Hebrew, go into this, go into that. Guess what? I can tell by the fruit of his Spirit that this is true. Because what man would go so hard to teach you, and then you forget, and then teach you again, and then teach you again, and then tell you, hey, look, if you ever mess up, these are the few videos you can keep in memory. A lot of brothers don't want to keep bringing out the same thing over again. Sometimes I got to rebuke myself when people give me the same question, and I'd be like, yo, did you write them down? They'd be like, no. This is what the elders say. When you ask a question, make sure you write it down, either in your notebook, or mark it down in your Bible, or put it in your phone. Why are you asking a question if you ain't trying to remember it? What's the point? But we have to be ready to give them an answer, regardless if they hear or forbear, regardless if they don't change their ways, right? So the unbeliever is gonna die in his wickedness, man. You know, This is not something to play with, right? So now, when we come in this thing, we have to be prepared for temptation because we're slowly but surely, the hour of temptation is gonna come. This money ain't gonna last forever, miss. This money not gonna last forever, brother. You know, this 4th of July is a piece of shit. All you doing is pleasing yourself and pleasing them kids. And we go hard to pleasing other folks. But when have you pleased your Yahweh Shem El Shai? Everybody doing 4th of July gonna say that they believe in the Most High. They're gonna say it. But you don't. You really don't believe in the one true power because you're doing things of the world, right? Let's go to what is it? 1 John chapter 2. Because if you love the world, you don't love Yahweh Ba'ashem Al Shai. That's very plain. St. John chapter, 1 John chapter 2, going to 15, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father not in him. What's your favorite holiday? Christmas. You don't love the Lord. Because you loving these holidays where you can go in history is not for you. But for you two-third niggas, you not even Israelites, man. You freaking heathens. Stay in the Babylon mindset. You gonna be you like the same niggas if you leave Egypt. You be like, oh man, we had onions when we was in Egypt. This ministry is not for you. You folded on what the Most High had given you, man. You know. Verse 16 it says, for all that is in the world, in the lust of the flesh, in the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world, right? So when y'all promoting and boasting on that pride life, that's not of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. If you love the things in this world, a lot of us get butthurt about money. I'm not caring for money, but I know with this money I'm supposed to provide for my household. It's not the same where I'm buying every outfit for each day. It's not the same of me trying to go get a pound of weed or an ounce of weed just to smoke. Trying to just look good for somebody just for a day. Of course I'm gonna have fresh clothes and jewelry and all of that. But it's not the same right now. This place is about to end. So the more I'm not butthurt. As long as my wives, my household is good, lights is on, I feel good and I got a few dollars in my pocket. So if I want to go do something, if I want to be spontaneous with my ladies or myself, I got a few dollars in my pocket. But I don't want 6 figures. I don't want too much money because you can see how niggas get. They get too comfortable. They start turning their back on the Lord and forgetting where they come from. It's because they love this fucking place too much. If this place loves you, St. John 15, why is it not telling you that you the true people of the Lord? Right? This is St. John chapter 15 and verse 18. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Right? Well, my wife, she told me, she said, what did she say? She said she's trying to work hard to really, she's starting even more now to hate this place, to despise this place. You know what? That was motivation. Because you don't hear a lot of sisters. You don't hear a lot of brothers saying that. But then you want to keep talking about it so every day she can be a reflection of you. If you hate this place, I hate this place. If a woman say she old school, then she would be like her grandmother, simple. Grandmothers wasn't trying to be seen. They wasn't trying to be, I'm out, if I got food and clothes, if I need a drink, we can go do it. Or we can go walk. Old school ladies didn't want much. How can a woman say she old fashioned, but she want all these things? When you start believing in Yahweh Hashem Al Shai, you start to not care for certain things in this place. Trying to be like everybody. Trying to be seen. Half the time you go around worldly people, your light not shining. You ain't even go put the armor on. Sometimes when I'm going out, I have to pray. I have to think of the Lord because I know I'm going to be around people that's not in His truth. We're not the same. Sometimes even when that do happen, it calls me to do a video. It calls me to read a chapter. A lot of women and men it's not having that mentality. Not saying I'm not better than nobody. Any brother that is moving, we're not better than anybody. It's just, that's what it caused when you believe in Yahweh Shema Shai. That's what it's called when the Lord is calling you for a purpose. that you can't even fully probably understand or grasp, right? So back to 1 John chapter 2 and verse 17. The world passeth away in the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. Right? You abide forever if you're doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. Right? So what is the will that we should be doing? We went into Jeremiah, uh, uh, we went into Jeremiah 28. Especially if you're a prophet, apostle, evangelist, we're called to do this. And I'm bringing it out again. Verse 7, nevertheless, hear thou this word that I speak in thy ear, in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And while we doing it in between, we're teaching to bring back the elect. We're trying to speak to the dry bones, right? So that they can come back to life, come back to serving Yahweh Shalom Shai, come back to having faith, come back to being sure, you know, come back of not having a spirit of fear, you know, having hope and might. Because I believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai is power to me, you know. Sometimes I'm asking the Lord for something, I'm being serious, and he does it, you know. He really does it. I don't know. I don't want to say I'm bugging because it's not me. Even though some brothers would say sometimes the Lord would take 24 minutes. 24 hours before he answers you. But it depends on what prayer you pray. Especially if I'm coming outside to teach this word, I'm asking the Most High to guide me and let it not be me. Please don't let me say something incorrectly. Please allow me to lift up your children. And say if I'm meditating on something, and Lord willing, even if I'm meditating on something, it could be a chapter, it could be a few verses. I want the Most High to guide me, you know. And then sometimes the Lord will have a brother come on the joint, maybe comment something that goes with the lesson, because we want to move in a Rakak Kodash, right? You want the Spirit of the Lord to guide you, you know. So again, while we're prophesying the downfall of a place, we're trying to speak to the dead bones, right? To the dry bones, right? Not dead, because of them dead bones, they is dead, because without the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, they're dead, right? I'm gonna just go to the point. Dang. Okay, this is Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 10. I'm going straight to the point. It says, so I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet in an exceeding great army, right? So them dry bones is an exceeding great army. When we actually think about it, those would be the elect of the elect, 144,000, right? Because really only the men can be the army of the Lord, right? Verse 11, it says, then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dry, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts, right? So you got to know that the dry bones is the house of Israel, right? Coming back in the right form, coming back in great boldness, coming back 10 toes down for Yahweh Shem Shai, you know. And literally, these children is not doing it for popular gain. They're not doing it to please nobody. They're doing it to please Yahweh Shem Shai. Like Paul said, am I here to persuade men or persuade Yahweh Shem Shai? We're here to persuade Yahweh Shem Shai. Because a man that's moving like a man, a woman that's moving like a woman, like not even a woman, a man in the flesh and a woman in the flesh, they're not going to get this. This is not for them. This is for somebody that wants to know the deep things of the Lord, that wants to be drawn to perfection, you know, want to be drawn in a higher stature in the Lord, right? Because he must increase in us and we must decrease, right? These dry bones need Yahweh Shai to increase in him, right? I'll just read it real quick and go back to that. This is St. John chapter 3, verse 30, you know, because it always leads you back to Yahweh Shai. St. John chapter 3, verse 30, he must increase, but I must decrease. He must increase, but I must decrease. I'm trying to put this in my mind as much as I can. Yahweh Shema Shai, you must increase in me, and I must decrease. How can he increase in me if I ain't doing nothing? You must read. You must read. You should have a desire to read. How can you say you have faith and it's not drawing you to read? Faith is going to draw you to do things that's pleasing to the Lord. Read about him. Seek his face. Guess what? That faith is going to have you, if you don't understand, it's going to have you asking questions, right? These dry bones, right? They're going to get up, let alone, let me move over. This is Ezekiel 37, verse 21, going into the two kingdoms becoming one. What I said earlier, the southern and northern kingdom is going to become one, right? It says, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land, all Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all, right? So if this Babylon that's in the scriptures that's supposed to be destroyed, they're still up. The people that's in that land can't really be the true people, because if they're in the land, all Israel was supposed to be taken from their captivities, and that one land that is really, a mystery Babylon, Babylon the Great, is supposed to be destroyed. People still moving in this land, and they're not destroyed. Make it all make sense, right? So these two sticks are going to come together in this captivity together, right? In order for them to leave, they're going to leave together, right? 23, it says, neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places, right? Wherever they dwell, right? The elect is going to be saved wherever they dwell. It says, wherein they have sinned and will cleanse them, so shall they be my people, and I will be their power. And David, my servant, shall be king over them. See, that anointed, that righteous king after Saul is going to come back and rule, man, when Yahweh shall establish everything. And they all shall be one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob, my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince. If that's the case, we really waiting for this, right? Because wherever the children of Israel was at, this is not your resting place, right? How can they really be the people? It's still weapons of war still here, right? It's still weapons of war still here. So how can they be the people? How can they be the people? How can they be the people? Weapons of war still here. How can they be the people? You know, how can they be the people? How can they be the people in the still war here, right? How can they be the people and the whole world haven't seen the strangeness of their salvation, the glorified bodies, the voices, the angels, right? Where is it at? I don't see nobody flying. I don't see brothers doing the miracles that the not the Pharisees, that the apostles was doing. I'm not seeing that, you know. So we got to stand in great boldness for Yahweh Shem Shai if He allows us, right? Let me see. Salaki family, I'm trying to see if these brothers are still um, just to support the live. Um, Salaki family, them brothers getting it in over there. Them brothers are getting it in over there. Let me just get another one, and then I try to go see where them brothers is at. Right? I'm gonna try to go see where those brothers is at. You know. This is do I really want this one? Alright, here we go. children. Let's get this. I'm gonna close out with this verse right here in Ezekiel 9:4. You know, the Lord willing, I can go live again, Lord willing, and this time I'll go even longer. I'm too excited. The Lord got me at camp, and then I see the brothers, in camp, they bringing it out too. And that makes me hungry to go over there to see what they talking about, to hear them bring it out. So this is Ezekiel 9:4, right? In the KJV, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof." Right? And I'm going to pay attention to the word mark, right? Because brothers is trying to add this mark with Revelations 13, 16 to 17, which is wrong, right?
Strong's H 8420. Tav. Tav.
Right, and this is a desired mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. So for the elect who actually is watching, the elect that's working on not being conformed to this world, laying themselves down like a living sacrifice, trying to do better. Lord willing, you striving in 100% truth. If you're not in it, you need to hurry up and really see the true men of the Lord. Lord willing, the Most High guides you. Pray for me, I'm going to pray for you. But the whole purpose is not no 4th of July, no birthday, no holidays, nothing of this place. It's about you striving to be, that you're striving to get the mark of exemption, right? Because if you're not striving to get that, you're going to get a nuke on that ass. And if it's not a nuke, the Lord can put a spirit on somebody to shoot you right where you walking, right? But Lord willing, again, like I said, Lord willing, this is edifying. And with that, let's just say Shalom, Shalom, Yahweh speak.